there, this is Kevin from RogueDeckBuilder.com here with game 3 with Boros Landfall, and this is about a bomb of a hand as you get, other than I prefer some fetch lands, but hopefully we draw into them. We have a removal, we have an adventuring gear, we have both our 1 and 2 drop with the plated GP'd step links, and I guess I don't know how I feel about this Arc Steel Shaper. The reason why I included him is I was just thinking this combo would be so amazing with the Steel Shaper making the Adventure Gear cost 0 and being able to throw it out of nowhere. Again, just still testing around this deck. Haven't played very many games. This is again the third match that I have played with it, and so far it hasn't done very well, but it has had some interesting combinations, like the swing in on turn 4 or 5, I believe, when I was playing against Birthing Pod for 20 damage was pretty cool. But of course, we weren't able to win that game. Not going to mold this. Again, we are on the draw. 0 for 3 on the die rolls. And let's hope for Jund here. We can play Jund once, right? I've talked about Deathrite Shaman in the past too, and I hope from these videos you can see how powerful and how versatile Deathrite Shaman is. It would have been great against both those matchups, being able to exile key cards, like it could have exiled the Manamorphosis versus Storm or the Grape Shot, and it is just a great utility card. Can put your looks like we're going against Storm again. Yay! So I do have Rest in Pieces now in the sideboard. I do have more answers against Storm, but post sideboard, no, I don't. I'm just pretty much gonna die turn 3 or turn 4, not being able to interact with my opponent. So I just need to pray for a fetch land and can maybe attack. That's a great one to have actually, but sometimes against this is great on the draw. But sometimes against Storm, when they have a low land count to begin with, it doesn't end up doing anything. So go ahead, throw out the step links, pass the turn to him. Next turn, at least we can get in there for 2. I will play probably the plated Geopeed, and hope for a white source to play the Knight of White Orchard. Other than that, might not be the best play. I guess Steel Shaper next turn might be the best play actually, as it makes my Adventuring Gear cost 0, but that's only 1. It only affects 1. Decisions. So I do believe, since I don't have a land in the foreseeable future, that the Steel Shaper is probably the right play here. Oh, equip costs you 1 less. Okay. I thought it said equipment cards cost you 1 less to play. So maybe this guy isn't as good as I initially thought. Okay, so at least we get in here for 2. And he's already down to 16, but we are on the dreaded turn 3 next turn, where Storm usually kills me. So let's see if it's any different this time. And unfortunately, we don't have double white for this Knight of the White Orchard. We drew our Singleton Mountain. So he's still setting up. He's setting up a turn 5 kill here with the Peer Through the Depths. I don't believe he can go off now. So, since last game I added some Gaff Digger cages, as I thought the cages might actually interact better with Metalcraft and Pure Steel Paladin, even though we'll probably never see it. I mean, it's an option. And it works a little bit better than against Pod. And I did actually end up adding a Rest in Peace as well, either 1 or 2 Rest in Peace. I think I cut a Ley Line and 2 Flames of the Blood Hand for Gaff Digger cages and Rest in Pieces. Wow, drawing into those Steel Shapers pretty good. Unfortunately, I have no clue what the right play here is. I think the only hope that I have is throw out a play to Geopeed here. And I am pretty certain we're dead here, especially since he has that Seething Song in his hand, which is probably the most powerful card for Storm. to have in their hand on turn 4. So the best case scenario, we can draw a Flagstone of Trocaire next turn. Oh, well, best case scenario is he plays a land, and then we can Flagstone of Trocaire next turn. And oh no, that searches for a plains. Yeah. Okay, so that doesn't even work. Never mind. So it looks like we're dead here. As he is comboing out. So he grabs a Pass in Flames, and he can play it. But does he have another ramp? Yes, he does. Okay, so it's over here, because here he Pass in Flames, and he can go through the Pyretic Ritual, Desperate Ritual, Seething Songs. I had another Seething Songs anyway. So here he goes. So what do we do against this matchup? Do we mull to a Gaff-Digger's Cage? Do we... No, I'm just gonna. It's over. I know he's got the grape shot. So yep. I think what we do is, of course, the Leyline of Sanctity does come in because it makes him actually have to deal with it. And the Gaff-Digger's Cages do come in as well. Can't cast them from his library. I think that is still pertinent. The Rest in Pieces come in. The Core Firewalkers come in. I do not believe the Avid Mindsetters comes in. So we just need to cut 8 cards. Steel Shapers. I think probably we're the most unimpactful. I want to keep these in for Goblin Electromancers. So Pure Steel Paladin out. And maybe these equipments that are slow go out. And a couple Steel Shapers. Like this. I think that is the best we can do. So now we're curving out at 3 here. 3 is our top curve. Besides the Leyline of Sanctity. And maybe we just mull until we have an answer here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to play against Storm. I think the Core Firewalker should be just a good game, though. And we do have it. But, oh, cool. We're definitely going to mull this. So we got the Leyline and the Core Firewalker, and we just need to draw into 1 more land. Again, we draw our Singleton Mountain. So no, I'm not going to mull this. And throw this out. And we'll start off with an Adventuring. Oh, God, I'm such a bad player. Definitely should have played that. Should have been the Secret Foundry. Because now I can't cast a double white next turn. But the good news is he's got to find a answer for this Leyline of Sanctity. And it might bias the time we need to actually kill him. Because now we got a 2/2 that gives all their knights and soldiers, which is everything we have, +1/+1, which is kind of cool. But we do need to draw into that white source. But he pyroclasms. All right. Well, this is good actually, and good that he used his pyroclasm already. Don't know why he's too worried about pyroclasm against my deck. I think that actually slows him down. I don't know why he'd want to side that in versus me. It doesn't hit Core Firewalker. It doesn't hit... I guess it hits Dryad Militant, which might actually be a consideration. I forgot about that card. Dryad Militant's very good against Storm. A first turn Dryad Militant means they have to draw an answer for him. But yeah, I don't understand Pyroclasm in Storm. I don't know why they'd want that in there. I do not want to. I don't like seeing that Pyromancer's Ascension, that's for sure. But he had another Pyroclasm. All right. Double Pyroclasms before I can make my knight big enough. And still, I draw my Singleton Forest and my Singleton Mountain. Oh, joys. All right. Plains one time. Well, there's another one. See if he's got Pyroclasm number 4 or 3. No, he doesn't. This is going to look good for me. So I think what I do is I attach this here. Kill off the forest. Because that's both of our sources. Grab a plains here. Or do we grab... No, we grab a flagstone. It doesn't come into play tapped, right? Yeah, we just grab a flagstone of Trocaire here. And we just bust out the core Firewalker. And call it good. So I think this will be our game. Unless he has the Empty the Warrens, which most Storm players do run a one of. But Core Firewalker completely shuts down his deck. Because for every 1 damage his grape shot does, I gain 1 life. So it negates his grape shots completely. Pyroclasm and Lightning Bolt can't hit it. And we're sitting in very good position. Our knight is out of range of being Pyroclasm, but not out of range of being bolted. So yeah, his Pyromancer's Ascension is up to 2. So if he is the Echoing Truth, I wish there's a way you could say always gain. There's always yield, but I don't think there's always say yes to something. We're going to yield to this thing, though. That didn't even let me. Alright. I guess without that Core Firewalker, we would have been dead for sure. But like I said, if he still is the Echoing Truth version, then he just bounces the Firewalker, bounces the Leyline of Sanctity. Jeez, there's some weird cards in this Storm version. Oh, so this doesn't actually work with Desperate Ritual with Grape Shot, does it? Because it's whenever it casts a red spell. And does Storm actually cast it? I'll have to read the wordings on Storm. I can't remember. Because with the copying of Pyromancer's Ascension, it definitely is not triggering. We should just tap his land so I don't have to keep this, so I can just F6 the turn. Because I'm keeping this open to Lightning Bolt a Electromancer in case he does have it. So I'm going to go ahead and check this. Check the wording here of Storm. Does it pop it up? When you cast a spell, copy it for each spell. You choose new target. So I don't think it does work with Core Firewalker, because there's only 1 spell being cast. So my bad there. So I guess Core Firewalker is definitely going to come out of my deck, as it does not work with Storm as I thought it did. Again, this was turn 4, wasn't it? crazy. You have to have an answer by turn 4 to storm or you die. And he gotta think he sided in the disenchant like we saw last time, or the echoing truth, as I've seen in the past. I mean, now his gifts ungiven can actually go and grab him whatever he needs. So I'm gonna F6 the turn here. See what happens. There has been a lot of discussion about maybe another possible ban on either Serum Visions or Sleight of Hand, which I know they've already killed Pawner and Preordained, but I can see the frustration of a lot of people that have to play against Storm on, like I said, the deck either it beats you or it beats itself by missing on turn 4. And yeah, Rule of Law. I have to get some Rule of Laws and put them in the deck, I think, in place of Core Firewalker. I still do like Core Firewalker versus Burn, but maybe we don't even really need to worry about Burn because we're kind of a Burn deck ourselves and can out damage them. But yeah, I guess Core Fireworker doesn't really work against any other sort of deck that I would like it to work against. You've got to have it. 22 cards left. What are you looking for? And nothing is exiled yet. Whoa, look at that. Funny, funny deck. There's his Echoing Truth. So I believe it's game here. I guess his storm count is up to like a gazillion. If I had 500 life, he could still kill me here. Yeah, that's game. Anyway, this is Kevin from RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.